Hello there, welcome back to Joe's Allotment. Just a few thank yous to start with. Thank you for the guy behind the camera, and I'd like to thank all those people who have subscribed recently, and thank you for all your comments and feedback. It's lovely getting feedback and comments, we love it. As we said last week, if you watched last week's video, we're going to try and do a weekly what to do list for each week. So this is now week 3 of May, and we're going to be doing a weekly list throughout the whole year if we can. So if you'd like to join us and see what we do each week of the year, please subscribe using the button down here, I think. But yeah, subscribe and you can follow the journey. So week 3, I'm going to plant out some sunflowers and wallflowers, because we like to have some flowers on the plot as well for the beneficial insects and attract the bee and the pollinators. I'm going to put the next lot of climbing beans and French beans in, directly sown, not from homegrown plants, and got some harvesting to do as well. That's what it's all about. We're going to actually take some stuff home today, some early spinach, some chives, and whatever else we can find for a salad, really. I think some endives growing as well, and rocket, so we'll do that as well today. And still got some seeds to plant at home when we get back later. We've got mustard, more cow, lettuce seeds, winter cabbage has got to be planted, sown this week, and I'm going to do some baby salad leaves which we grow in a pot and we just pick out when we need them for salads. So that's the jobs for this week at the moment. So I'll get on firstly with doing the sunflowers and the wallflowers. So these are wallflowers we've grown from seed, and it's nice having it near the entrance as we come into the plot. Nice bright opening for the allotment. So what I do is I just plant these in clumps. I think they're giant sunflowers. This one's got a few wallflowers in it as well. So I'll chuck this one here as well. And we'll find the pole to support it in a moment. Good watering. I'm going to put the sunflowers next to the corner posts. I'll just tie them to the pole, just give them a bit of support. Once they get a lot stronger, they support themselves. So these are the next batches of endive and beetroot I'm going to plant out today. This is the first batch I planted out, so they're progressing quite well. So is the endive. I'll actually be able to take some leaves off of that today. The rocket's doing well as well. I think I'll take a few leaves off the rocket today and some off the spinach as well, the salads. But what I'll do is I'll plant these out next in a different bed. Nice root system on these. So what I'll do is I'll just plant them and leave them in their clumps. They should get away quite well. They should follow on from the previous one, so get a continuous crop through the summer. We've got 2 varieties here. One's Egyptian flat-rooted and one's bolt-hardy. So give those a good water in a minute and they should get away quite well. So that's a small row of beetroot, small row of endive, and what we do is plant successionally, so we get a nice crop all the way through the summer. So I'm now going to put the parsley and coriander into the soil as well. These are all planted on the 8th of the 4th as well. And we've got flat leaf parsley, an Italian giant parsley, and we've got coriander. So I'll put them into the same bed here. Give those a good watering with it. So lovely little root system on there. They should get away quite well, produce a nice crop. What we do is we use it and we also dry some. So we've got a crop of parsley, dried parsley. Throughout the year we don't buy parsley or coriander if we dry enough ourselves. And a nice gentle watering. So these are the coriander, flat leaf, curly parsley, endive, and bolt hardy and flat leaf parsley. Planted out for the week of May. So the other two things I've got to sow today are the French beans and some climbing beans. I'll go back to plot 52 for that. Just preparing this area here to sow some French beans. So I'm going to sow some French beans now. This is a variety called, it's a dwarf bean, a borlotto bean. It's called Lingua Fuco Nano. It's easy for you to say. They look like a kidney bean actually. So when they develop, you can use them when they're young and tender, or let them dry in their pods and use them for winter stews or soups. They look like a bit of kidney bean, so you can use them as chili beans as well, I suppose. So you plant these about 4 to 6 inches apart, and we'll do these successionally as well. So we'll put quite a few in, and we'll dry quite a lot this year as well. And just push these in my thumb as well, same as the climbing beans. Just push them in my thumb. And these will take about 7 to 14 days to germinate as well. And we'll plant them successionally, so we plant some sort of every week now for a few months. So this is the next batch of climbing beans I'm putting in. We did the ones that were germinated at home last week, so this week I'm putting in this half. So we do successionally, so every week or 2 weeks I'll do half, so we get all the beans coming at different periods, and they should crop all the way through to October. This is a variety called Coco Bianco, which is like a haricot bean, so we're going to try and dry them as haricot beans. They're very productive, and I think you get up to 15 beans in a pod, so they're very, very good, very productive bean. So basically I just put them in, might put a couple of seeds, one seed, couple of seeds, and if they don't germinate I can transplant them. It's just a matter of pushing them in with your thumb. Push them with my thumb, and then I'll just give a good watering in. Push them in to the thumb depth. They should germinate in sort of 7 to 14 days. That's it. Give them a good watering afterwards. This is what it's all about. I'm going to harvest a few bits today for salads. Take some chives home. The flowers are actually lovely and peppery in salads as well. Take some chives. Take some endive home, which is actually grown from blown seed. There's quite a few over here. Take another one. Endive. Take some leaves off the spinach as well. It's coming through nicely now. This is the perpetual spinach. So this is spinach as well. This is actual summer spinach, real spinach. Take a few leaves there off as well. A bit of rocket and a bit more endive over here as well. That's it. So I've got a nice bag of salad there. Yeah. So I'll take the tops off and I'll put them into my bucket of water. It'll rot down in no time. That's my rhubarb insecticide. I've done a video on that already, so if you'd like to look that one up. Very useful for brassicas. So we're back home now, and I'm going to be planting some seeds up now. I've pre-watered all the modules there and pots. So what we do is we do this one first. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is plant some more kale. We've got some kale here that I've already repotted, so that's growing on quite well. Just love kale. It's such a nutritional powerhouse. It's also winter hardy. Frost don't seem to worry it. It's a brilliant crop to grow because it's resistant against sort of club root and other diseases, and it's lovely to eat as well. So we also dry quite a lot of it, which we can add to various dishes. But it's not nice to use fresh as well, but it's nice to pick it when the leaves are nice and fresh, because as they get older they start to get sort of bittery. So I'm going to plant 3 varieties this morning. So we've got some Boracol Black Magic, that's lettuce, a red Russian variety, and the curly cow. So first what I'm going to do is the Black Magic one. So these should germinate in sort of 7 to 12 days, and I'll prick them out, or I can leave them in here, and when they get to 4 to 6 inches high I can plant them on. So these will be ready in about 30 weeks. And this one's got a nice peppery flavour. So this is the curly cow, which is a nice compact variety. Not only will we dehydrate it, but it also freezes very well. So if you grow lots of it, you can use it fresh, dehydrate it and freeze it. So it'll keep you going all year. So make sure you label. So this one's the red Russian variety, which is a nice green leaf. It's got a sort of purpley tinge to it on the outside, which looks nice and tastes nice as well. That's that one done. Just a nice light covering. As I said, they should germinate in sort of 7 to 12 days now. Give a nice firming down. All brassicas like a nice firm soil. That's those done. I'm going to plant these in the garden today as well. These are celeries I've grown from supermarket stalks, sort of regenerated the stalks. So I'll plant those out today. I've done a video on that if you're interested in trying the experiment of growing them from stalks. You can find my video on that. I've actually planted some celery from seed as well, and they're just starting to come through now. They've taken over a month, I think, to get to this stage, so they're very, very, very slow. This is the next batch of mustard I'm growing, red mustard. They're ones I planted a few weeks ago, so they can go out soon. And I'll plant these ones, just do one module, I think should be enough. So if you keep sowing it successionally, you can get a crop sort of May to November of mustard. Next thing I'm doing is January King cabbage, which is a Savoy type cabbage for winter. So I only want about sort of a few plants of that. These should germinate in sort of 7 to 12 days as well. So just give them a thin covering. So the cabbage should sort of be planted out in July, and they should be ready sort of November to January. That's it, that's those done. I'm just going to do the next successional planting of lettuce as well now. I've got 2 varieties here, Lolo Rosso, which is a non-hearting variety. So these should be ready, they should start coming up in sort of 7 to 10 days. It should be ready to sort of start using from sort of 6 to 10 weeks later. So that's those, and Little Gems. Little Gems, which are a quick maturing variety. And nice. So what I'll do is I'll wait till they got some true leaves, and I'll prick them out. So there should be quite a nice little batch there. Just give these a light covering. So if you do a successional sowing between sort of March and July, should be able to sort of get lettuces all the way through to October. there's the firmings out. The last thing I'm going to sow in this reused bowl, which I've drilled some holes in the bottom, is some baby salad leaves. I like the look of the ones in the supermarket, so I've made up my own mixture. A teaspoon of spinach, a teaspoon of lettuce, a teaspoon of rocket, a teaspoon of parsley, coriander, cabbage, kale and celery seed. So that's all in this little packet here. Made my own mixture up. To save some compost, I'm using my own compost from the garden. So what I'll do is I'll cover that with some newspaper just to stop the seeds germinating from underneath. There's a nice mixture of seeds there, so they should grow through quite well, and they grow through the newspaper underneath, and we just chop off the baby leaves as we need them for salads. So if I do a really thick mixture in there, a bit more I think, and they should come through for quite a while. And I'll make some more mixture up I think, running out of this. Give that a covering. Nice light covering. And I'll put this into the greenhouse to help sort of germination a bit quicker, and then I'll just leave it here in the garden. Just pick them when we need them. I've already pre-watered with the home compost, but I'll just give this a quite light sprinkling of water on top as well. So this is the older one, isn't it? This one was a lot earlier. Oh, look at the root on that! Wow. So that's as I said, a shop bought celery stalk that I've regenerated, and this one I did more recently. Let's have a look at that one. Whoa, no. Still got a good root system. Let's see how they go. I'll cut the tops of these balls off again. We've done it once before. We started to get some black fly, so we chop them off and give them a good watering as well, because the pods are now starting to form quite nicely, as you can see. So we give them a good watering, chop the tops off, and that's the last job, week 3 of May. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Give us a like or leave us some comment or suggestions. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and see what happens in week 4, please press the subscribe button at the bottom. Thank you very again for watching.